Hola, ¿cómo estás? Tudo bem? Konnichiwa. What up? What it do? Thank you for listening to another episode of the J-Boy Sports Podcast. And today, again, in close proximity, we're talking about James Harden. I don't know what's going on, man. It's got to be like James Harden's birthday or something like that. I don't know why we keep talking about this guy. But no shade, James, no shade. But James Harden the other night went nuts and had a 50-point game. And I got to tell you, the man looked marvelous. Pause, no diddy, but he looked marvelous out there. He looked glorious out there. Okay, glorious. We're not gonna put no diddy on that either. But yeah, he was killing it. He looked like the old James Harden, and to be honest with you, it seems like I gotta say, I watched him a few times this year, and then it culminated in this 50-point game. He looks a lot healthier than he's been. He looks in good shape. He looks fast. He hasn't looked fast in a while. So I wonder if this is a return to form for James Harden. And I gotta say, I kind of want it. I do want it. I've said this in another video. I used to really be more of a big James Harden fan. I never loved the stand at the top of the key and dribble, high pick and roll format. I don't love that from my players personally. That's not my favorite way to play, but he was good at it, and I had respect for him. He was nice. And it looks like he's starting to return to form a little bit. And I think that's good. I want to see that. That's good for the league. I don't respect the Clippers. I don't think they're going anywhere, but it would be nice to see. So James Harden goes out, scores 50 points in his game, and then a graphic comes up that I didn't even know. And it says James Harden has more 50-point games individually, right? And I believe he has 24 50-point games versus that being more than Kareem and LeBron combined. And remember, Kareem and LeBron are the two leading scorers of all time. So this graphic is actually more important than you guys might think. We keep talking about the scoring titles and all this, not the scoring titles, the ultimate scoring title of having the most points. It is an accomplishment. It is something that should be celebrated. But we didn't celebrate Kareem Abdul-Jabbar like this, right? And now we're celebrating LeBron. He got 50K total combined, I think, with the playoffs now. And again, you can't say that's not impressive. It is impressive. However, what's more impressive? Having the overall scoring title, the most points ever, or people that can do what James Harden did. And I've been waiting to have this conversation for a while. And in my opinion, I'm more impressed by the people that put up crazy scoring numbers and have crazy scoring outputs. And I intend to do a video on that, breaking that down a little bit more at some point. But James Harden is one of the best scorers we have ever seen. There's a list, and I have to find the list. And again, I'm going to do a whole nother video on this, but there's a whole list about the players that when you adjust for the time period and the rate of play and all those things, who's at the top of that list of the best scoring seasons we've ever seen. James Harden is on there at least twice, I believe. So the man deserves his credit. He's got 24 individual 50-point games. That's crazy. That's more than LeBron and Kareem combined. But that leaves you or me to ask the question, well, how important, again, is it to have the most points ever? And no doubt, it's an accomplishment, but it's not the same thing as having individually crazy scoring games, because neither Kareem nor LeBron was the best at that. But Kareem and LeBron are bigger than a lot of other people, and that allowed them to rack a lot more points than a lot of other guys. Most of the people in the top 5 in scoring are bigger people. I consider LeBron a bigger guy. So Michael and Kobe are the only two that are close to the top that are guards, I believe. In fact, give me a second. Let's check it. Top 10 NBA scorers of all time. Right? So we pull up the list here. Number 1 is obviously LeBron James. He's got over 41,000 points in the regular season. Number 2 is Kareem. Number 3 is Karl. Number 4 is Kobe. Number 5 is Jordan. Number 6, Dirk. Number 7, Wilt. Number 8, Durant. Durant is basically a 7-footer. Number 9, Shaq. Number 10, Melo. Melo's a bigger guy, could possibly play power forward. 11, Moses. Elvin Hayes is 12. I don't know exactly how big Elvin Hayes was, but he was actually one of the best rebounding small forwards of all time. I think he averaged that. And then 13 is James Harden. But then after him, you have Hakeem Olajuwon. So most of these guys are bigger guys. You know, it's easier to get points when you're bigger than everybody else. But you had to have a special appreciation for these guys that are not that big, that can blow off these points, pause no diddy, that could be taken incorrectly. And, you know, kill it at a high level in a short amount of time. So this is impressive by James Harden. I wanted to give him some flowers, trying to talk about different things on the channel. This is no shade to Kareem or Bron. It's just the facts that having the most points is a great accomplishment. But in my opinion, and this is my opinion, you may have a different one, I value the guys that had the craziest scoring outputs. And James Harden has had some crazy run scoring. So if I had to put him on a list of the best scorers ever, I would put him over Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and LeBron James. Now, one thing I'll say is I didn't really watch Kareem. His whole time was way before I was born, as far as I remember. I've never watched Kareem Abdul-Jabbar play live, ever. And if I haven't already, then I never will. But I watched LeBron James and I watched James Harden. And when James Harden was on fire and he was cooking, he's a better scorer just from a number, like a get you a bucket standpoint in his prime than what I saw from Kareem in my time, just from highlights and stuff like that. An OG can pull me aside and maybe give me more context into that. Maybe I'm wrong. But I did watch LeBron, and I think prime James Harden was a better scorer than the most prime version of what LeBron was as a scorer. Just talking scoring here. So just thought I'd share that. Thought it was an interesting fact that he has more than both of them combined. And it shows you the difference between scoring a lot of points and having crazy scoring outputs in a smaller window. And to me, it's harder to score 50 points than it is to be consistent over the long course of time and keep scoring. If you have your health and if you have the ability to still play and you don't get hurt, it just seems to me that you're going to rack those up. But no matter how long you play, if you don't have the talent to have all them 50-point games, you're not going to have those 50-point games. And that's how I look at it. But please, feel free to talk in the comment section amongst yourselves. Have a debate peacefully about it. No need to be disrespectful, just a thought. So I appreciate all of you. Much respect, much love. Take care. Much love again. That somehow you never get over leaving